Good morning from Glenelg in South Australia. I'm here for the Australian Floral Art Association Championships, and today is competition day, so I'm about to head back and make sure I've got everything prepped and ready. We're going to have about 5 hours to put our designs together. I've got 2 designs to do this morning, one that is a large one called Inspired to Create, and the other that is on the bench called Futuristic. There is a little bit of an early morning jog walk activity happening here, but not for me, not today. I will keep you updated on how this goes, and I hope that you get some inspiration yourself for your floral art activities. Well, I'm back in the motel room, after putting together my competition pieces for today. Very difficult 5 hours of making structures and putting the plant material onto the designs. I really took a long time with the futuristic design, more time than I had allocated, I guess is the best way to put it. I wanted to focus on that one because I had put so much effort into getting the structure right, and I really felt like it was a good interpretation. The other design that I did, the floor design, I hadn't given as much preparation time, and an hour and a half just wasn't enough to put it together. So it wasn't finished, and I don't expect that it will rank anywhere in the placings because it simply wasn't finished to my standard anyway. So the lesson out of today is about knowing your limits in terms of a competition. You might very well be excited by a competition and feel like if you're prepared and organised beforehand, that you can get things done. What you need to ensure is that this competition allows you to bring some things in pre-made or prepared beforehand, and often competitions will allow you to do that up to about 40% if it doesn't dominate the design. And if it is something that requires time beforehand. For this competition, we were not allowed to have anything that was prepared beforehand. We had to do it all while we were there. And so I really needed to have tested how long those things were going to take. I had prepared a little bit beforehand, but I didn't count into that the anxiety that will happen at any competition when you first start out, and also the socialising, because this competition is one that brings together people from all sorts of areas around Australia. It is the one time in the year where we see one another, and there's a little bit of socialising and talking that happens in between trying to put the competition pieces together. And because I also am on the management committee for the Australian Association at the moment, there were other things that they wanted to talk to me about, and I really had to be strict and say, look, today's competition day, you're putting your competition pieces together, so am I need to focus on this. So again, it's about preparing and organising yourself and making sure that you know what you're going to do and how long it's going to take. That said, at the end of the time, if you haven't finished something, you haven't finished. There's nothing you can do. You can't go back in time to fix it. So you've just got to draw the line and say, okay, it's done. What have I learnt out of this is that I can't do 2 designs in 5 hours that are that involved. That's the decision that you make, and that's the decision that you should stick with for the rest of your competition time, because it's not going to get any better. You're going to, in a competition sense, you know what skills you need, and you know basically how much time you need, and don't ignore that. Don't put that aside and say, oh, I'll do better next time, or I'll be more prepared, or all of the other stories that we tell ourselves because we want to be part of a competition. We want to do more than just one design. Focus on one design, and this is the message I'm going to give myself as well. Focus on one design, do it well, and be happy with that. So with that, I'm going to put my feet up and think about my next competition, and tomorrow the results will come out, so I'll let you know how it goes.